Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a Vo TV primetime show. I'm your host, Nelson Mike Without Marioki. Today is a beautiful Tuesday, and we're going to have a very, very special show today. Our focus will be on one topic, Lebanon. Also, tonight I am very humbled to be joined by the one and only, the president of all recruitment agents in the country of Lebanon. If you have any questions, be my guest. So I'm going to give you some time for you guys to tune in. We're right on top of this thing here. People who are coming in, I see Pamoja, Florence is here, Moses Kokach is here, Baby is here. Everybody who's tuned in. This is a special edition of Vote TV primetime show with the one and only Mr. Joseph Saliba, who is the president of all legal. Let me actually stress that. Joseph.
Legal. Here is the main point. The legal recruiting agencies, yes.
So allow me to reintroduce myself and allow me to reintroduce Mr. Joseph. Again, as you can see, people are coming in. We got Moses Kokach all the way in Kenya, Baby all the way in Mombasa, Galiba, whatever you are, man. Joseph, the show is on fire. Vote TV primetime show. I'm your host, Nelson Mike Madam Marioki, broadcasting on all 5 platforms here. Vote TV YouTube channel, the Nelson Mike Podcast YouTube channel, Vote TV Network Facebook page, my private page at Nelson Mike Madam Marioki, and on Twitter at Vote Television. Mr.
All
Joseph,
the best, my friend. Yes.
Can we start by saying God is great?
So great. And let me tell you first by 2 words. Nelson, you are a person which I follow. I track all the cases that you are running after, and God bless you. You are trying to do the maximum that you can. Not only in Lebanon, I know all the countries you are making the follow-up on. I hope by what we will talk about today, I will prove you that Lebanon is moving forward into different measures which will protect or concerned about recruiting, beginning with the workers themselves. Yesterday, it's been a long time since you did any case about Lebanon. So because I follow you always, I saw the post of Lady Irene, and I texted you to ask you, please, can I have details? Why? Because in our syndicate, we feel that we are responsible, Soral, which is our syndicate. We feel because we are the legal recruiting agencies in Lebanon, we are under Soral. We feel that any case, even, and now we will talk about details, even if it was a case that deserves or no, we move forward to check and to make sure that everything is being fine, so that the Kenyans all around the world would know that in Lebanon, the story is different. We don't leave any case without any move from our side to solve, to find a solution. And this, I think you mentioned also in a post that we passed into several cases before, and this is the minimum that we can do, the minimum we can do for the Kenyans coming to Lebanon. We want them to feel more fine. We want to make the measures better. We want to make sure that all parties are taking their rights, and especially the workers. And let me also please tell you that we're so happy for your presidency election, and we want to congratulate Kenya for Mr. President, Mr. William Ruto, and hope in the coming days things will go better and better in Kenya. So concerning Irene, the lady I spoke, to make it short, because I think we can move from Irene case into the big cake. The show that we should go and talk about is not only Irene case, because Irene case, let me put it in this way. Irene, she's been in Lebanon for 1 year and 4 months.
Yes.
Directly, when you go on a case after 1 year and 4 months, you find it strange, as if it's a marriage and there is a problem which will cause divorce. But the marriage has happened. So 1 year and 4 months, it means the situation at the house was good enough for her to stay 1 year and 4 months. It's 16 months. It's 500 days maybe. So what happened with Irene, that when she showed us the photos that you sent me, one picture,
that's right,
one photo took me to interfere. It was the bed on the floor.
Yes,
the bed
in
on
the
the
bathroom.
floor. In this, I mistaken the sponsor. Yeah. No, it is not a bathroom. If you will check on the video, they will tell you that this is the room, and they took the video inside the bathroom. It is next to the, you know, in my room, there is a sponsor, there is a bed and the bathroom. So the thing which annoyed me and took me to this place, that why didn't you get her any simple bed to be upper from the floor, so that if it is summer or winter, she will not be in touch with the floor, knowing that maybe in her country, in her house, maybe she's used to this, but from our side, we should offer. Other than this, I can assure you, Nelson, I can assure you that nothing wrong happened with the family. The lady wants to go back home, full stop. Let me tell you, this lady was talking to her agency in Kenya, and what I tell you is the fact. I'm telling you what facts. Her agent, which I heard for the first time, her name is Anastasia Mwikali. Anastasia Mwikali. When I took her number, communicated with her. Follow up. She got crazy. That why didn't she know about this? That she's the one, she can solve any problem, and she was shocked. Why didn't she communicate with me that there is a problem?
Yeah.
They have two parties, an agent in the country.
Okay. Now, I think, hold up, Joseph. I think you're having some connection problems. I think your phone is ringing. Is your phone? Okay. I can see Mr. Joseph has got some connection problem. Let me bring him out first, and then we're gonna go back to the top. This is the story that we're starting with. The story of Irene Wasike. Now, just for clarification, let me tell you that this is the 7th case that Mr. Joseph has helped me with in Lebanon. I posted the story of Irene yesterday. Mr. Joseph texted me right away, and to my surprise, after he took over this case yesterday, I woke up this morning with a video and pictures of Irene being in the office. Joseph is giving us updates on that story as we proceed, and also we will touch on the situation in Lebanon. I have people with thousands and thousands of questions. I have people who are watching from all over the world, and especially I have people who are watching, Kenyans watching in Lebanon, and Kenyans who are back in Kenya asking the question, is it safe to go and work in Lebanon? With me today again, the president of all legal, and I'm going to make sure I stress on that point, legal recruitment agencies in Lebanon. So anyway, Mr. Joseph, I think your phone was ringing. That's why you got kicked out. So go ahead and tell us more about this case. So you spoke to the agency in Kenya. There was no.
I spoke to the agency and she moved.
Okay, wait a minute. I see we still have a connection problem with his phone.
Okay, I think it's better.
Okay, no, okay, go ahead. So you spoke with. Tell us from when you reached out to the agent in Kenya. Okay, go ahead.
I spoke to the agent. The agent directly called the legal agent in Lebanon, Mr. Zain Al Amin, and in the same time, I took the phone number of the family. We spoke to them. They were shocked, and they sent for us a video. I sent for you. They were saying that we were dealing with her as a member from the family. And the thing which will lead us now by time to talk about, you know, when like from 15 to 20 days, the same lady Irene was asking her agency in Kenya, Anastasia Mwikali, if she can find any lady to come and work in the house of the brother of the sponsor.
Yeah.
So when you are in a place you are not okay, why are you inviting others? Are you a cheater, or are you trying to help someone who has no job to come and work? So what I want to reach is, maybe some small details, Nelson, happen in any relation, but directly you jump to make them as if they are bad, and you are for 1 year and 4 months. You know, some Lebanese are so bad. I'm not saying that they are angels, but also some Kenyans are taking it easy to create a story and to go to say, help us, we need the help. Not all cases are the way they picture it. So what I want to advise the Kenyans is, if there is really a case, please go on, post it, and you will find all the support. But please, if you have another scenarios, go and talk to your agency. Go tell even the sponsor himself. Tell him, I'm not interested to work anymore. I want to go back home. Because the feeling of the family after 1 year and 4 months, we are not looking at these people also. How they directly found someone living with them for 16 months, coming to show that they are the bad people after all this time. So why don't we live in a good way? After 1 year and 4 months, I would come and tell you, Sir Nelson, I want to go back home. I want to go back home, and full stop. You are so kind. You did all the needed. I took all my rights, but I cannot work anymore. This, you can reach a solution that you will go back to your country. By the agency, by the sponsor, by the girl herself, you can find solutions. But going to divorce after 1 year and 4 months, I'm trying to say, let us be reasonable by what we ask for, and not to make shock also for the Lebanese, because this is affecting on the line itself, on the nationality, which we are getting from Kenya, several ladies and even laborers, men from before, to come and work in Lebanon. And from here, I want to say that now Irene is back to her agency, because we asked this, and because the sponsor said, okay, this is what Irene wants, tomorrow she will be there. And she's there. And now we are working on the papers that she will be leaving maybe in 1 week time, because we are making the documents needed for the immigration and the ticket, and she will be back home. And I sent for you a video, and tomorrow maybe we will also send another video to show you that she is so fine, and she will be back. Now, the main point that I would like to discuss with you, Nelson, today is, let's begin by the topic. Are we as Kenyans, let me be a Kenyan now, are we as Kenyans accepting the title of a domestic helper job? Are we accepting the job itself? And then we will talk about details. Because if you will see the number of people who go to directly say, save, take back, it's not good. No, even in Lebanon, Nelson, nowadays, we have Lebanese leaving our countries from long time to go and search for a better living. Not all Lebanese in Lebanon are doing fine. So some of them leave to work and make better income for themselves and for their country. The same, it should be, I believe, for the Kenyans in themselves. Otherwise, you go for a, I don't know, platform and say the idea is wrong. But if the idea is by law, by logic, by everything, it's a job. We should understand it is a job. There should be like a belief in the mind that I'm going for a job, and this job needs protections, needs follow-up, needs that I take all my rights. This, I guarantee you, it will happen. But is it the idea inside my mind that I want to go to and work as a domestic helper? And when you are talking about a domestic helper, in this dictionary, you have an ABC. You cannot come to work as a domestic helper. I cannot go work in your house, Nelson, as a man who go to serve your house and your family, and go to show you a character that I'm not okay with the idea. Then why did I go from the beginning? I stay in my country. No need for me to put myself in the situation. No need to put the agent in my country in the situation. The family I'm going to, all this begins by the idea. Am I okay to go and work for a certain time for this job? All the other details, which should be like measures and protocols and laws by the country itself, it should be. And we in Lebanon, we are going far by this. And I will tell you now how we are going far by this. But you face one problem, the mentality. Someone on your page today, when you post, said, I heard that Mr. Saliba beat the girls. Who are you to say that you heard and you go on social media, you have no evidence? How come it comes
actually,
like this?
Anyway, go ahead. Because I'm glad you went to that post and you were looking at some of the.
My friend, I wanted even to reply on the same page because it is nonsense. With all my respect to all, with all my respect to all, I can say so many about you, Nelson. Now, do I have any proof? I am also a human. I am also a human being. I represent agencies in Lebanon. You cannot jump and go agencies in the agencies with S in Lebanon. They do. There are some agencies. There are some agencies. Yes.
Can we stick on that one right there? I think that's going to be that's a nice starting point for us to have this conversation, because and that's why we when I brought you here, even in the caption of the post announcing tonight's primetime show, we said the president of all legal agencies, which means because we know we have illegal agencies that are operating in Lebanon, and they're actually, they have their network, they're all organized, they have their infrastructure all the way from Lebanon to Nairobi or back to Kenya. And these are agencies that simply take our innocent Kenyan women, dump them in the trash can, tell them go and work. And when they face situations, Mr. Joseph,
they turn their back.
They don't care.
For sure.
You know for a fact, and we've been here. And by the way, for those who are watching, again, welcome to Vote TV Primetime Show. This is a special edition, the Lebanon Talk. There's so many questions. People are watching this, and I want us to clarify the issue of Lebanon once and for all. Let me read your comment, for example, Mr. Joseph, as we proceed. Let's read the comment on the screen as you can see it. Someone is saying, Nelson, I swear the major problem in Lebanon is food. Most of our girls, they starve in those homes with very poor salaries, only and no funds. Few get lucky to access them. Talk to the people and answer that question.
In the same time as I am the president of Soral, I also have an agency. So all these cases passes through our offices. I will tell you now about the food. Yes, there are some houses which are picky with the food, and they show us a mentality which will make us vomit. We as Lebanese, we cannot accept when someone will come and tell you, oh, she asked 2 times to eat, I don't know, like any kind of food. Oh, she's having 3 times a tea per day. They come to talk to you for small details, which is not accepted for a person hosting someone in his house to talk about. So this group of people, we ban them. We kick out from our agencies, and we tell them we have no more. Thanks. Please let us go into documents process and move from one place to another. Another cases, I'm telling you all the scenarios because always with you, Nelson, I want the Kenyans to hear all the story from all sides. You cannot go and say there is one idea. There are several scenarios for each idea. This is one of. Yes, we have Lebanese who are like this with money. They don't like to pay. There are. But how can we discover them? And this is also existed in Kenya, people. So you cannot make a measure for all nationality. There are people in Lebanon, yes. There are another kind of ladies who come here and dreaming of the food of Kenya kitchen. And this does not exist in Lebanon. You cannot find even the materials, the food materials here to cook something with spice.
So, for example, let's say, for example, let me give you a stupid example. I come to Lebanon and I say, hey, I want to have some ugali and some sukuma wiki, and I'm out there looking for this stuff. Where am I going to get the recipes from?
I raise my two hands and I tell you, I didn't understand what you are talking about because we don't have it.
Thank you very much. So and anyway, as we proceed, because the thing is, like, when we have Mr. Joseph, number one, let me say this. Number one, the reason why I have a level of degree of respect when it comes to us and what we've been through since last year. Number one, you've helped me in rescuing 7 women in Lebanon. Let me start from there. And actually, 2 of those women were not even Kenyans. One, remember the lady from Cameroon? You helped me, the lady from Cameroon.
Yes.
And you helped me with the lady from other.
Her sister in the United States.
There you go.
Yeah.
And the sister is here in the United States. So let's start from there. Now, number 2, you are a man of faith. And actually, we're gonna talk about that, because Lebanon is also a Christian country. Yes, you have Muslims, but you have also a very huge percentage of Christians in the country. I can speak here and say, I know for sure. I know your family, I know your children, and I know you are men of faith. Those are the factors that make me come here, invite you here, and you talk to the people. We're gonna have some very we're gonna have some questions that are gonna be asked here, some statements that are gonna be made here that are going to be uncomfortable, but I want us to address everything. Now let's talk about this, Mr. Joseph. Tell the Kenyans right now, how much does a domestic helper earn in Lebanon as right now? How much do they get paid?
Okay, let me first begin, Nelson, by a major point. All the things that I move forward for anything which I find that it is my duty to do is because I am representing Soral. I'm not coming from myself, and I don't have the authority to take a phone to talk to someone who has a lady working in his house or an agency if I'm not playing the role of the president of this syndicate. So by myself, I have this in my nature, yes. But if I was not in Soral and Soral doesn't have this strategy, I wouldn't have done it. So let us give the credit to Soral, represented by me today, later on it to be by someone else. But this is the idea that Soral has a main concern about taking care of all the ladies who are coming to Lebanon from all nationalities. Concerning Kenyans, the Kenyans who are coming to Lebanon are divided into 2 parties. A lady who's first time to travel from Kenya, and a lady from Kenya who has already traveled before into another country. She has an experience. The salaries that is being paid now in Lebanon, it is ranging between 200 and 225 for the first timers who come, and
so actually, yeah, I'm actually going to make a demonstration just to make sure that we are all on the same page. So right now, hold up, give me a second. Just give me 1 second.
Take your time.
You say between 200
and 225.
Hold up. It's better we do this. Hold up. Give me 1 second, because I also have to understand this. So 225. So we'll do like like the way how you do a demonstration in class. That's exactly what we're gonna do here. Give me 1 second. So the salary of a domestic house help in Lebanon is between 200, right here,
and 225 for the second year.
And the second year, it's 225.
Yeah.
So this is what a domestic house help is being paid.
If she's ex-abroad, Lebanon. It's 250.
Okay.
Okay. Let me pass into another thing that was mentioned there. First of all, you spoke about the food. I ask all the ladies who come to Lebanon, recruited by an agent in Kenya, coming to a legal agency in Lebanon, and especially a member in Soral. And this is where I need your help, Nelson, about this. We have illegal persons who work in this field. We have agencies who have a license, and we have legal licensed members of SORAL agencies. This part is the A+ for me. Why? Because there is a syndicate which covers all their work, which will ask them if they did anything wrong, which is an umbrella for all this group. I cannot blame myself if someone coming to a person who is have no license. It's him who decided to come through an agent in Kenya to work with someone in Lebanon, has no documents. Number two, it's the same agent in Kenya who accepted to work with an agency in Lebanon, not under SORAL. Themselves, they are responsible for the girls. Even if you will tell me about any case, I am running after, even if they are not coming through our agencies, which are under the SORAL membership. But I prefer that all the ladies who are coming to Lebanon to ask their agents, are you working with a legal SORAL member agency in Lebanon, yes or no? If no, let them not come. If they are under SORAL, it means the measures are there. It means the syndicate is there. It means we are 24/7 there. It is different than someone who cares about his name, his history, about his image, than someone who can go hidden and bring a visa, and he doesn't care if she's eating, she's taking the salary, she's being bad treated. I don't know, several accidents that might happen. But I'm telling you, under SORAL, the measures are totally different. So I need you, please, to advise the girls who are first convinced about the idea of working in Lebanon, and this is the departure. If you are not convinced, dear Kenyans, if you are not convinced and you prefer to sit in Kenya to find a job, please do that, and don't come to Lebanon, and leave the space for the people who are seriously asking to come and make a change in their life. And so many cases, Nelson, on your page. I also saw one lady today was thanking a Lebanese family. When I was reading it, I don't want to tell you that I cried, but I felt that I'm a happy person when she was saying, Lebanon is a good country. And I want to thank the family that I was working with them, because they were like sisters and brothers. And she mentioned the names of the family, and they went into her post and they liked what she said. So you cannot make a general idea about something and you go say, this is the picture of this country. No, this is not true. We have the white, we have the dark stories, we have the good, and we have the bad ones. So let us not make it as a general one. As SORAL, we are moving daily, Nelson, to make the measures better and better. And the last thing happened is by our Minister of Labor. The Minister of Labor in our country named Mr. Mustafa Bayram. He is an exceptional minister who passed by this Ministry of Labor, who is concerned directly by the files of domestic helpers. He himself asked us officially to go and screen all the legal agencies in Lebanon and to give him a report and to tell him which ones are under SORAL and which are not, which are
that's coming from the Ministry of Labor in Lebanon.
It's the first time happening in Lebanon that a ministry asking from a private sector by named SORAL to ask them, go give me a brief about what's happening in your recruiting process, and name for me the agencies who are under SORAL and which are not, and which agencies are taking salary deductions. This is not happening with Kenyans, but let us jump for 1 minute for Ethiopian ladies. So many bad agencies in Lebanon who are not under SORAL, and now we are checking to make sure always that SORAL members, we are investigating about their files to make sure that they are not doing wrong, because we are not a small number. We are around 340, 400 agency. I cannot control all, but what I can do is to work in a system that I can ask for everything coming through these agencies to make sure that they are doing the thing in the right way, and no salary deduction is being taken from any lady, because this is also a part which is not human at all. So concerning the salary deduction, we are also running after this. We have a guest with us, I think.
Yeah, so actually we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna start. I wanted this conversation to be based on number one, the introduction, you coming here and telling us what you're working on, and of course the second part is gonna be us having Kenyans who have worked in Lebanon, who are working in Lebanon, and the good thing about Vote TV, unlike any other platform, this is not a place where we come with scripts and teleprompters. Everything that I do here is authentic, original. All the facts are plain, and we always listen to everything that is being said. Positive, negative, everything is welcome. Now, this is one of our Kenyan sisters who's here. She was here yesterday because I had another case of a lady in Saudi Arabia. She has worked in Lebanon. Introduce yourself, my sister. Who are you? And talk to us.
My name is Galibabra. I'll speak in English so he can understand me.
We are all going to talk English today. Today's a special edition. So, yes.
Okay, I've been in Lebanon, Beirut. We had Beirut and Beit Mary. So I've been in Lebanon for 29 months. And I know Lebanon, like what I can say is, for real in Lebanon, we have a problem when it comes to food. Like he said, like you can't work when you're hungry. In Kenya, we eat 3 times a day. I'm not asking you that I'm not asking you that I want to cook samaki in your house or special meal. Just offer me breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But in Lebanon, you'll either eat lunch and breakfast, no dinner, or you'll have to skip one meal. Not meal, and there is no 3 meals a day. You are in the house, just seated on your phone, on your laptop, on your TV. I am working. So if I tell you I want to eat 3 times a day, you have to understand I'm hungry and I cannot work when I'm hungry. I'll have to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm not asking about snacks and extra foods. Another thing is communication. Once you get in their homes, like when you are in the office, they assure you that you will have communication with your family and friends. But once you get in the house, it's different. They both snatch your phone or they give you the phone only at night, maybe for 1 hour, or maybe end month when you're sending your salary. So the whole month you won't communicate at home. And they have very poor salary. 20,000. It's very poor salary to deny me a phone, deny me food, and work the whole day and take me to 3 different houses working for your mother, your sister, your brother. That's not good. That's how Lebanon works. Thank you.
Dear,
I'm also
your name is
comment to that one.
Bebra?
Yeah, Bebra.
Okay. Is she still with us?
I'm sure she's still watching, but can you make comments to the few things that she has mentioned, specifically the issue about food?
She stayed in Lebanon for 29 months. And she was talking about the food, that it is allowed maybe 1 meal per day or 2 meals maximum. She was talking about the communications, that it is only at night, about the salary, it's not good. And she was working in 3 different houses. Okay? I don't want to say that this did not happen with her. I cannot say that this did not happen with her. Who am I to know, while I'm sitting here, that what she's telling is not right? But what did she do? What did she do in the 29 months to solve this problem? My friend.
So let me ask you a question, Joseph. So here I am. Let me put myself in her shoes, and everybody else is going to put herself, him or herself in her shoes. And I'm going to say this from my perspective. If I'm working for somebody, if I don't get my food,
how can
before I even stand up and go and work, I'm going to be like, hey, I'm doing nothing. Let's start from there, right?
Sure.
But then again, and I'm going to let my sister speak. She's also here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. the system, the way it's supposed to be is if something does not work, something is not working with your employer, you're not getting any food, the first thing you should do, tell the office, report to the office, and then start to see like which options, which solutions do we have.
Why
That's
didn't
my
you do
thinking.
this? I was to ask Deborah, why didn't you communicate and say, I want to stop work? Nelson, daily we have cases. Let me start by saying this. Never, never you will see the good cases coming to you and tell you, thanks God, I'm okay. And these are many.
Brother, this is voices of the oppressed. I wish. Yeah. Listen, I wish I had. I wish I listen. I wish I had started something called the voice of cakes and voice of sandwiches.
Why don't you do? Why don't you do two platforms?
It's too late.
One for the vote, and another one which has the good cake. So let me say, I agree with you. I cannot say and claim, no, this did not happen. Because I told you before even Bebra came. Yes, it happens in some houses. But did the agency accept this? Was he a partner and told her, no, what is given to you is enough? Did he tell her that you are allowed to work in 3 different houses, the brother and the mother? I swear to God, we kick out our clients from our agencies whenever we know that they are trying to take the ladies into relatives' houses. Yes, some Lebanese, they have houses in Beirut and they have another one in the mountain, but it's my house. Am I supposed to get someone else to clean my house in the mountain? No, it's her job. Then it is not 2 houses. It's when I'm moving with my family from Beirut to the mountain for the summer. It's my house. Yes, 2 houses, but she's not working 2 houses the same day. But it's totally different.
But the thing is like one thing, and of course I know you've seen this on my page. For example, you'll have like one domestic worker is cleaning the house for the father, the brother, the father's
This is
brother,
not accepted.
The father's cousin.
This is not accepted. And here with you, Nelson, I am asking each Kenyan who is coming to Lebanon, don't you ever accept to go and clean houses for anyone which is a relative for the family. But if I am going to my mother's house, Nelson, on a Sunday, and she's inviting me on a barbecue, and then we finished eating, what is the lady supposed to do? To sit and watch us cleaning the table? By logic. I am with my family. I am with my family at the family of my mother, wife of the mother of my wife. We are there invited, and there are 2, 3 families. They are there, each one coming with the family, with the domestic helper to join, to go chat and speak with other ladies coming from foreign countries. We finished eating. What are they supposed to do? They are not in their house, yes, but she is in the house of my family where I've been invited and I have eaten there, me and my family and her herself. What is she supposed to do? To watch me? To watch me taking my plate and go to the kitchen and clean it, or to help with the others to make things like the moment we came to, and then we go back home when we finish? There is also a small link between someone holding the dictionary and doing the logic things and the things which are not logic. Yes, it's not logic that she goes to the mother of my wife and clean her house. I will not accept this.
That's right.
But when she's coming with me, how can she accept that this old lady goes in the kitchen and clean the dishes of my children when she was with me there having the same service?
By the way, Mr. Joseph, that's why I'm saying this. I wish I had started a platform called Voices of Sandwiches and Voices of French Fries, because as I'm talking to you right now, I'm actually getting a phone call from a mother who is calling about her daughter in Lebanon. I'll get her live. I'll call her right now. But let my sister speak, because she's biting her lips. She's gnashing her teeth. And let us see. What you have, introduce yourself, and let us know what and speak to us as we continue with this.
Hello. Hello everyone. My name is Mary Vimto, and many people know me from Lebanon as Mesh Vimto. I've been in Lebanon for the last 8 years, and I'm back in Kenya for vacation.
You're coming back?
Yeah, I'm coming back.
Ah, you see, we have a success story today.
Yes, but
okay, I'm gonna
Mr. Saliba, I have a lot of issue. I have never, for me, I will never complain about Lebanon because I had a very wonderful boss who I've lived with for 8 years. But I have one problem. I used to do YouTube channel about Lebanon, but a lot of problem, including your office, Mr. Saliba.
Yes.
Including your office. Many girls are complaining about your office that you do beat them.
Like who?
Right now, yeah. Right now we speak, there is a girl, you have already kicked her out and she's there outside in Daura today.
What's her name?
And she come from your office. I don't know her name because I was in a hurry because I wanted to join here. But she's outside and she's not the only one girl complaining about your office.
Let us go into details about this. What's the name of the girl you are talking about?
Yeah, let me confirm her name.
Yeah.
And then another issue.
No, let her continue, please. I need to answer her because I will
give you, Mr. Saliba, I will give you more than 10 girls from your office who were struggling from you and who were beaten. They were beaten from your office.
Okay, let me tell you, dear Mary.
Yeah.
You are telling me about a group of girls who went to the consulate like maybe 5 or 6 months back.
No.
Please let me finish, and then you tell me whatever you want.
Okay.
And there it was like when you have an accommodation in your agency, and this is by law, each agency should have an accommodation. Why? Because if you came to Lebanon to work in a house and you have any problem, there should be a place. It's called the shelter house inside the agency. From about 7 or 8 months, I had 2 ladies who were back into my agency. And it was like the time where the dollars and the financial situation, you know what, maybe Mary, also what Lebanon was passing by.
Yes,
so many girls were returned back to the office. And these 2 ladies were like we call it in Lebanon, the bad apple who is sitting inside the box. And they were there only just to spread the ideas of not working, don't work, don't go, don't do. So they made a group that made me at the end of the day, open the door of my agency and tell them, please go to your consulate. And they went there and they made like a tent next to the consulate, and they sat there, and I was the number 1. And you are telling me yes, because I know I know the girls.
I know them.
Yeah, I know that you know them, but this is why I'm telling you about this story.
Yeah.
The thing that happened is when you group of Kenyans, you want to put someone in your head, you are number 1 in this. When you want to make someone that he's the devil, you are very good in this on social media, on spreading the things between each other. And it's a right, I cannot deny it. But also from my side, me as a legal agency, as an owner for this agency, as a father, when you are having 2 ladies in my agency, 2 ladies from Kenya who take care of the Kenyans, and you come to tell me that I deal with them in a bad way about the beating. Yes, I do open the door of the agency and I tell them, Lebanon is yours, go. Why don't you get upset when this lady opens the door by herself and leaves? It's the same. Don't I have also the right when someone is living in my house, in my office, and destroying my agency because she's talking to others and on the phone and don't go work, and you ask the lady, dear, what do you want? Tell me, please, I beg you, what kind of house do you want? She doesn't want a house with 2 members, with 3, with children, with an elder person. Khalas, the block has been done. And she's just arrived by the first interview. She comes as a person. When she goes to the accommodation and they sit and they dance at night, the story comes and they will tell her, don't work, let's make the group bigger. Yes. Then I tell them, go to the place where you can find help. So if you want to tell me about a girl which I told her go out, yes, I do it on the balcony and in front of all the people. It's my right. She has a place to go to. She can go to the immigration, if I'm mistaken, to the Ministry of Labor, to the consulate, to Caritas, to CAFA, so many. But no, dear, not all the story that now you are telling me is a story where the logic is coming from the Kenyans and the nonsense is coming from the agency. No, we are not angels at the end, but we are doing all needed to make sure that all parties are taking their rights. I remind you, I have two ladies who work in my office and take salaries.
I know them.
You know them. I know that you know everything. And I'm happy that you know them. These ladies are there to make sure if anyone needs a Panadol, if anyone needs to eat, to drink, to have a doctor for an emergency. Two ladies from Kenya, they are the one from our team to make sure that everything is fine. So if you come to tell me that one lady was out of your agency and she was out in this case, tell me.
Mr. Saliba.
Yes.
I don't mean about those ladies for the 6 months ago. No. The newcomers who are coming now. And that's why I'm telling you today, a few minutes ago. There is a girl. I accept that you have accepted. You do tell them to go away. They can go to Caritas, to CAFA. Okay, that is good. You have accepted that.
But tell me about the
another
case.
Another agent with a lot of complaints, Mr. Ali. Do you know Mr. Ali?
Who's Ali?
I don't know, Mr. Ali. An agent by the name Mr. Ali.
Ali or Ali?
Yes.
Ali.
Ali.
We have Ali in Lebanon more than the hair in my head.
I can't remember the other name, but he is a known agent. She always beats girls. And you know me, I used to deal with these cases in Lebanon. And to me also, I like to know the girls, the truth, because I know we have two types of girls. The girls who don't want to work and the girls who are there to work. Right. So they know me, I don't deal with cases when they're just easy.
Okay, now, Mary,
if you are beaten by an agent and you search for me, I need a proof. One proof. I want to see where you are beaten, because if you are slapped, I will see the hands that slapped you.
Okay. Let me tell you.
Guys, give me a second. Before we proceed, because we have thousands of comments coming in. But I'm highlighting some comments. Because we're having this conversation here. Number one, Mesh, I would like you to give us the name of that agent owned by Ali, because personally, Joseph, I can say this. I've heard so many cases about someone called Ali who's known for beating girls inside the office. Now, there's a comment from Melissa Njeri who's saying, some agents believe beating girls is a way of teaching them how to work. I actually hate him, and I no longer want to even see him or hear about the agent. The issue, let's talk about this issue for some few minutes. The issue of Kenyan girls saying they're being beaten once they go back to the office. Mr. Salih, okay. I'm gonna give you this.
Let me tell you, Nelson. And as I told you from the beginning, you will never hear me telling you one side of a story. I can tell you so many scenarios. Yes. What I can tell you is one of our agencies in Lebanon, from 15 days, now in the new law of the minister, number 41/1 by the minister Mustafa Bayram. It says, if ever there will be a proved case that there has been any kind of mistreatment, this agency will be blacklisted. And now, if you will check on the Ministry of Labor website, you will see that we have a logo. If you press on it, it says, agencies who are blacklisted. We are working with the minister to go viral for this website.
Do you have the website?
Yeah, for the Ministry of Labor. For the Minister of Labor.
So
you can check on Google and you will get it put on the English. You will see that now there is a platform you can click on for the agencies who are blacklisted. It means we as a government and as a private sector, we are not in love for what things happen, but not all the stories which comes are true. Now, there is one man, his name is Ali. From 10 minutes, it was me. Let us go into who is this Ali? Where is his telephone number? Give me which case.
Do you have the name? Do you have the name Mesh? Mesh, do you have the name of, do you have the name of the, or do you have the name of this agency? Those who are watching, I've seen some comments.
I know they're here watching me. I know the ladies are here watching me because I've told them to come all. And if you know you are in Lebanon and you know your agent that treats you better, and they get the opportunity right there. And then, Mr. Saliba, I want you to answer me this question.
Yes, please.
Sir, in case we have some bosses who throw some ladies in the street, if you call their agent, they don't pick calls, and the agent, they tell you that I don't need the girl. Where should we tell the girls to report their report there? Because if they call Kafa does not take them. If we call Caritas, they don't take the girls. They only say we'll help the girls if only you are in the madam house. But the girl is outside in the street. Some of the girls are mad. Where can we report the case if the agent does not accept the request? To you or to who?
Yeah, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Now I will answer you as Soral president, but in the same time, yeah, this is the website. Very good. In the same time,
yeah, go ahead. That's a website right here. That's the Ministry of Labor, Lebanon, right here. Okay, go ahead.
In the same time, Mary, I want to tell you that we are dealing here with mentalities. Now, if I have any lady, and which now you said, you are mentioning, there are two types of ladies who face problems. One, that who wants to create a problem. The second is really having a problem. We are concerned by the ones who are really having a problem that we go for solution. But I cannot also, Mary, please think with me, put your legs in my shoes now, as Nelson says.
Yeah.
I didn't force you to come to Lebanon. You said I want to come. I told you about your salary, about the circumstances which will face your job in Lebanon, and you agreed about all this. And after your arrival, for a homesick, or I miss my child, or and it is a right, and for no responsibility, financial responsibility from your pocket to come back to recover all the process that has been done to reach, you just come to say, I want to go back home. You say, okay, what's the problem, dear? Tell me, is it the family? We are ready to change. And you know what I'm telling you, this is happening. She tell you, okay, let me try. And she goes to try the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the 10th. Khalas, here, she doesn't want to work. The problem is about all the process, Mary. If someone is paying to come to Lebanon, he will not do this kiddie fix. He would say, I lost my money. No, let me hold up. Let me stand up on my feet. Let me finish my contract because I'm not ready to lose. But once you are shouldering all this on the process itself, you have only one thing you can say, I don't want. It's 3 words, which will kill all the process with no solutions. The problem here comes between the person who she's working with, the sponsor, the agency in Lebanon, the agent in Kenya, and the girl herself. When a girl doesn't need any solution, even Kafa and even Caritas, and you know what I'm telling you, this for sure, it seems you are working and you have too much knowledge, and I'm happy that you are with us on the show, and I hope to meet you face to face when you come to Lebanon in my office, because I want to show you also how our agencies are being, like, we cover ourselves by simple things, by cameras. When you come to tell me you beat the girls, you come tomorrow to my office and tell me, please, I need to sit on your monitor for 15 days back. Go check on it. We do it not for you to believe me, but for anyone who's claiming and come to Kafa or to Caritas or to the Labor of Ministry to say, I was in the office, one of the employees come did this. We say, stop. Which day, which time? This is the camera. So she will close the mouse. What do you have stories to tell when you have no money to come back to your country? It is stories you might create or real stories happening. If it is a real story, then you will come to tell me, Joseph, find for me another family. This family is bad. And you will take it from here, that you will change the second day. But when you come to give block for any solution, and you come to create stories, they are bad, he come to make sex with me. Stories that we are 23 and 25 years in this field. I have heard so many things. My hair now is white. We are not angels, but we are not devils. And you are not angels coming from Kenya, not all. We have the good, we have the bad in every place. Let us go case by case. What I'm telling Nelson, Lebanon system is covering this more than other countries. Now you know in Lebanon that when you have Kafa and Caritas, you know that most of the other countries, the Gulf countries, they don't have these NGOs. And you know how many NGOs do you have in Lebanon for domestic helpers? Do you have an idea, Nelson, how many NGOs in Lebanon for domestic helpers?
I just know IOM.
IOM, they are professional. They are professional. I can tell you there is not less from 8 to 10 financed NGOs to follow up these cases. So not in a country like Lebanon, when you have a mobile to send the info, that someone dares if he's legal, that someone dares if he cares about 25 years of his name on the office, that he goes put it in the garbage because he's doing a stupid move. No. Let us say the good things and bad things happen everywhere. Tell me about the process. Is the process helping? Yes. Do you have Lebanese people went to prison because they dealt in a bad way with the domestic helpers? Yes, it's happening. Where did it happen in another place? Nowhere. In Lebanon, it's happening. Do you have agencies blacklisted in other countries? No. In Lebanon, now it's happening. Do you have a syndicate which is running day and night to shoulder the measures up, to make it better and better? And every day we are building 2 centimeters. We need to move and to go more and more to reach our targets. But we are trying to do the maximum. In Lebanon, you can do whatever you want. And the lady, Mary, she knows. She was 8 years in Lebanon. And she's asking to come back. Why? Because now she's Lebanese. 2 years she will be Lebanese. And after 10 years in Lebanon, you say if you are in one country, you have the right to ask for the nationality. So she knows.
For nationality.
Yeah, so she knows.
A question, Mr. Saliba.
Yes, you want the nationality.
Let me ask Mr. Saliba a question because I want him to answer all these questions first.
No, listen.
This one is a very first question. Mr. Saliba, a girl have a problem and she's really sick, but the office tell her you have to pay your own ticket and you have to pay the agent. You have stayed for 6 months and she want to go home because she's totally sick. That is a case I have for one girl who is sick ovaries and she's ready to pay for her ticket. How will you help this girl to go home?
Let me tell you. If I tell you now, Mary, I am sick, what would you tell me?
I will take you to hospital, but in Lebanon, you give people Panadol.
Mary, you are a professional agency. Future, we need to know you more because you are so professional. Let me tell you, the good agencies, the professional agencies, especially the ones who are under SORA, yes, there are measures. I take this lady to the hospital. Who will accept someone living in his house and he is really sick? No one. No one.
There is. Mr. Saliba, there is.
Give me the case. There is, Mary.
I'm giving you, Lebanon. I need your contact. I will give you
will get
it.
Cases. You will get it. Let me put it here, please. Absolutely. If you can mention it. I need anyone who needs help from Soral. Now I am president for a certain time. Now I am
by the way, you know me, I'm the kind of person, I'm always focused on solutions. And actually, remember, we've been having this conversation back and forth, which is the best way to handle distress calls or distress situations in Lebanon. Mr. Ali, based on the cases that we've had before now, there's something I'm gonna show people right now on this show today. And this goes out to all Kenyans who are working in Lebanon and also in other Gulf countries. Mr. Ali is here. Sorry. What am I saying, Ali? Mr. Joseph Saliba is here. Mesh, you're here, and all those who are watching. Keep on commenting. Now, I'm gonna bring
Close the door.
Give me 1 second.
Yes. My kids Kenyan. They are happy their father is on a show, so they are watching me from
your kids. Yes, I've seen your kids, and those are amazing kids. So this is exactly what's going to happen, Mr. Joseph and Mesh, and those who are watching. This is exactly what's going to happen. For every Kenyan who's working in Lebanon right now, I want you to go to the Vote TV website, voicesoftheoppressed.com. And if you visit the voicesoftheoppressed.com, ukiangalia hapa juu, let me speak a little bit of Swahili. There's somewhere where it's written, ripoti kafiri ama ripoti ofisi. That means this is the page or the section of the website where you can report what you're going through. You can report your employer and you can report the office that you're working for. And right here, I'm going to give you an example. Let's say, for example, it's Mesh. I say Mesh, Vimto. I put in the email. I'm going to show you, it takes you only 3 seconds that you can just come here for 2 minutes. Kama ni kuchapwa, physical abuse, kunyimwa chakula, the issue of food that we're having here, Mr. Joseph and Mesh, and most, I'm seeing so many comments about food. If it's about payment, kukosa kulipwa, it's right here. If it's about sexual abuse, it's right there. And all you're going to do is you come here and you put the extra information about your office and about your employer. I'm showing you this right now. This is live. And all you do is you click submit. Once you do this, we will get the data. And then what I'm going to do, because now we're discussing solutions, I will then forward all this information to Joseph Saliba to have a look at it so we can start weighing out which agency is this, which office is this, are they legal, are they illegal, and then this can be evaluated. Mesh, is that a good solution?
Yeah.
Okay, excuse me, let me interfere just by what you have mentioned now, Nelson. As because you are one of the persons, or for me, I trust that what you are doing is by a belief that you are helped, and God bless you for this, and bless everyone which thinks the same way you are doing. First of all, I would be happy if you can add the Lebanon sector on this Gulf countries.
Yes.
That this will be forwarded to us in a way automatically. We are also ready, if it means any finance on the website that we paid, that we will receive the info. Because if it is to go public and just to go and say, there is this name doing this, we need to get the story. And once there is a story, you know us and you know me. If it is a story won and by logic, by the domestic helper, she will be the winner. If she's a liar, I will tell you what the evidence is. I would never work with you or try to solve any situation with no evidences. But I cannot take a bulk that tomorrow 10 or 15 girls, let us go into a group, say, let us cut the neck of X agency. You will find 20 persons writing about an agency tomorrow. We need the measures. This is very important what you are mentioning, but we need a party which will get you the result, and then you will decide if it's a case to be held and go with it to the public, or it can be solved silently in a way that no need to make any sound out of it. My main concern is, if it is something concerned about Lebanon, give us this responsibility as Soral, and we are ready to be partners in this. I want the Kenyans coming here to know that there is the country which is called Kenya, and now having a new president with a new start, with a new vibes, positive vibes, I think, as I knew from almost all that I have talked to. Okay, your country is not here. It needs an airplane to reach. There is Lebanon. There is your consulate, and there are the NGOs, and there are the agencies. We, as Soral, represent the agencies. We have communications with all these parties. Trust us for a trial period. Give us the case, but we go for logic thinking. If it is a case, like what Mary mentioned, I am sick, I want to go. Let's go to the hospital. You go to a hospital, and our hospitals, and Mary knew, we are very well known in this area for our hospitals. Then you go and you get a report from a doctor saying that the lady is perfect. She's okay. Nothing. We did the MRI, I don't know what, and she's okay. Then she insists to tell you, no, I am sick. Okay, then it is a keyword to go back home. How many I am sick can someone hear per day?
The thing is, like, when it comes to issues about health, let me put this. I mean, when it comes to issues about health, and I'm sure you guys who are on my pages and my platforms, you see this every day. For example, like now, 2 days ago, a lady by the name of Pauline Modoni died in Kenya. But again, this is not Lebanon, but it's another story about sickness. She died in Lebanon, in Kenya, after having worked in Saudi Arabia. She got sick. They said it was ulcers. They were giving her Panadol. She went back to Kenya. It was cancer. She died 2 days ago. Now, if I start talking about issues of sickness, my dear friend and those who are watching, I can write a book. I can publish a whole book. But let me come to Mesh as we proceed. Again, guys who are watching, welcome to VOTV Primetime Show. Thank you for all the comments which you're putting in there. If you're new on this platform, subscribe on this platform. Subscribe to all our pages. We will continue with this conversation. Mesh, you are in Kenya.
Yes.
You know how the economy is. High, the unemployment is very high. People are complaining, no jobs. Single mothers are on the streets worried about what their kids are gonna eat. You having been in Lebanon for 8 years, I want you to look at us, and I'm gonna ask you this question. If someone comes to you and asks you the question, I want to go to Lebanon, what would you tell that person right now?
Yes. Tell him yes.
Good question. For me, I will tell someone first, before you go to Lebanon, carry your own basic needs, because since last year, many girls are going to Lebanon. They are not provided with basic needs. Most of them, they are not given food. Mr. Saliba, mark my words. Most of them, they are not given food. They eat kubus with strong tea. Yeah. You come from Kenya. Your agent tells you go to Lebanon, you are going to be paid $200. Even I'm not going $250. $200. You go to your boss. They tell you, I'm going to pay you after 3 months. Later, you find yourself being paid $150. And Mr. Saliba, I have 2 girls. They are being paid $100 per month in Lebanon. So for me, if you're a newcomer,
Mesh. Number one, you're gonna tell me there's someone who's being paid $100 in Lebanon right now?
Yes, $100 per month.
And okay, let me ask you a question. And what we need here? Joseph can tell you, people who have been here with Vo, I always mention the word system. The only way you can the only way you can solve a problem is when you have a system. For example, Mesh, this is what I need from you. If someone is saying I'm being paid $100, right? We need to know, and this Joseph, you're gonna also back up whatever I'm gonna say. We need to know the name of the agency. How did she travel? The technical information is crucial for us to be able to tackle whatever is going on. That's not right. Okay. And as we've also, and when I announced that Joseph is coming here, me and him, we had this conversation back and forth. We said the terminology, legal agencies must be mentioned in the caption. Because let me tell you something. There are so many agencies that I know. There are agencies in Kenya that are crooks, that are illegal, and they are taking girls to Lebanon. Joseph, you know that too.
I know.
And now that we have a new government, we have a new administration, we have a new Dr. Alfred Mutua, who is the new ministry who is in charge of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. It's our hope that all this can be dealt with, so that we can say we have a system. The issue of Irene is a perfect example. I posted the story of Irene yesterday. Joseph is the one who reached out to me. I didn't reach out to him. He texted me and he said, Nelson, send me all the information. Luckily, Joseph, again, I had her pictures. I had a copy of her visa that I sent to you, and I had the office information. Even though we could not even read some of the stuff that was there, I was like, I can't even read this. And when he received them, I'm telling you, I was so surprised. I woke up in the morning. The first message I saw from him was saying, Irene is in the office with the picture and the video. Why can't this be the same solution for everyone who's working in the country? Vote TV, I never fight jobs, but we need safety and protection, and we need a system that promises each and every domestic worker. By the way, Joseph is the one who told me, and I learned this from him. He said, Nelson, we don't say kadamas in Lebanon.
She knows.
They don't say kadamas.
We are not allowed. They don't say kadamas. No.
Yeah, I had that with Saliba in TikTok. The last live video you did on TikTok.
Yeah. When I brought him in December. Yes, we did.
In our legal texts, by the progress of knowledge about the domestic helper job and the conferences and by years, we reach the time where you are not allowed to say khadimat manzil. You are allowed to say عاملة في الخدمة المنزلية. It means a worker in a house job, a worker. Now, this takes you that even we are trying to be by words so soft, but I don't want to picture now to the Kenyans who are watching me that
they're here. They're here.
I don't want to say that Lebanon is heaven. No, this is not true. Lebanon is a place where you can work and make some money, proud with your own satisfaction that I'm doing the job needed. There is a shelter. If you knew how to come the process from the beginning, for sure the result will be that you are protected. The eyes are on you. But I go to say again and again, Mary, the first idea is, am I ready to come and work to Lebanon, or am I coming just to go on the airplane, enjoy the flight, reach Lebanon, miss my kid, take me back to my home? What you are doing is an example for a person who decided, and now you are in your country, by your feet, you are coming back to this country, which some say about it, it's bad for Kenyans to come to. You are here to prove that no, it's not all. And this is what I want, not all. And this is why I was telling Nelson, you can never say all to a nationality, all to men, there are in everything the good and the bad. Our job is to help, to do the needed, to punish the ones who are doing wrong. We are in process of punishing. Our government is helping us, and the ones who are doing the good job, we salute them. But let us go into the process that the girls believes that I'm working with an agent there who is working with a legal agency in Lebanon. This is what me and Nelson are putting so many lines under the word legal agencies, and I add they should be under the umbrella of Soral. Why? Because of Soral, one of the members is not doing the needed. He has the power how to reach this agency, to stop him, to ban him, to talk with him, whatever, to find solutions. So when Soral is picking a phone to find a solution, everyone is going to find the solution. But how can I help a lady?
So you all work together, yeah.
How can I help a lady who is coming by sending passport copy by WhatsApp to someone which she doesn't know in Lebanon? His name Joseph, his name Ali, I don't care who. She's not asking if it is a legal agency or no. He make her a visa. She comes to Lebanon. He receive her at the airport, and no stories to hear about later on. What can I do? Who is this man?
there's something I want to talk about Lebanon when it comes to the economy. One thing is Lebanon has also been going through serious economical challenges, which has actually led to the inflation of their currency. Mr. Joseph, you agree, and Mesh Vimto, you're here, and those who are in Lebanon. The technical facts when it comes to the economy. Right now, the economy of Lebanon is actually being sustained by Lebanese who are outside the country. The influx of dollars coming outside Lebanon is actually higher than what is being made in the country. So, and God never makes mistake. 2 days ago, I met a lady from Lebanon. She was in our she came to our store, and she walked in with a lady from Iraq, and we spent 45 minutes having this conversation. Lebanese working in America, and again, we know that the inflation in Lebanon is very high. It's affecting the dollar price, the exchange rate. 4 million living in Lebanon, 16 million Lebanese who are outside Lebanon.
Right.
You see how sharp I am with my numbers? I do my research.
Good homework.
And they are so they are the ones who are maintaining the economy in Lebanon. You hear the issue about salary. Let me ask you a question.
Let me begin then, Nelson, please. Let me begin by Mary. She mentioned now that she has 2 cases. I don't want to jump over what she has mentioned. Now, please, you will take my phone number from Mr. Nelson. Because maybe if I will put my number now, maybe so many will come and tell me bad things on my phone. Let me sleep tonight good, because if they need anything, let them come here, but not on my phone. So you come and send me really, what do you have, a real case? And you will find me beginning tomorrow solving this. To tell you, Nelson, yes, for sure. Economically, Lebanon has moved from one place to another. But let us focus on the economic situation linked to the domestic helpers who are in Lebanon. We are concerned in this part, okay?
Yes.
These Lebanese who are living outside, we have so many Lebanese who work outside, the men, and his wife and the kids are in Lebanon. Why? Because living in Lebanon does not cost you that much. So if you're working outside by dollars, you send some dollars to Lebanon, you pay for the domestic helper, you pay for your wife, for the schools. It's for sure less than taking them and work with you in Saudi Arabia, in Dubai, and on whatever, okay? So these people who also have parents, a mother or a father, and he needs to finance the project of, I have someone living with my parents, I can work and feel fine that my parents are with someone who is with them at home. We have also so many businesses in Lebanon which is now dealing in dollars, and they are making dollars. So the situation is not that bad, no. But for sure, the numbers of ladies recruited by so many countries has reached 30%, okay? And now we are talking about only the people who are rich and maximum rich are the people who are getting ladies to work in their house. The medium wages people who were taking some dollars before it was okay, now it is not okay for them to get someone to help. They are the ones who are doing the job, the house jobs, and they are not able to get any lady from outside. So we know from our people who are coming to our agencies now that the people who are only rich and have money come and ask for this service.
So we're gonna so let me ask you a question. Are there any chances that the salary in Lebanon for for house helpers or domestic workers will be more than $200?
Yes, I will tell you how. When there will be a legal process between Kenya and Lebanon, it means you are not allowed to come to Lebanon unless you have documents signed through a consulate, through an embassy, whatever, which gives you the map of what will happen after arrival, and which will put also the lady herself under responsibility that if you are going to play, you need to pay back for your games. If this lady who's coming to Lebanon, she will go and deposit a small amount, let me say small, concerning to the recruiting from Kenya to Lebanon. Let her share by 1/3 as a deposit in her agency there. We are talking about a legal agency there. And then she will be returning this amount month after another until she finishes her contract. Then she would feel in the back of her head that I have responsibilities. If I want to play a game, I am the one who's going to pay. If I have right story or a right case, then nothing will be held or taken from this amount. So when you are a partner in the process, you will be more responsible. If you do nothing, then walking in the airplane, reaching here and tell stories, which some of them are right, and we are following to reach a solution, and many are wrong, there will never be a raise for the salary. Now, if you will tell me the salary begins by a first time by $250 and the ex abroad by $300, I will tell you if there are guarantees that the ladies are coming not to stay on the phone, which Mary mentioned. Mary, let me tell you about the phone story, dear. The Wi-Fi in Lebanon, once you have a Wi-Fi in your house, it's for free. It's unlimited. The problem is between a responsible person like Mary, who's coming to work, and someone who's happy that I have my phone, Wi-Fi 24 hours, I jump to the kitchen. No one is here. No need for the job. Yalla, let me go during the day. Let me go see what's happening on TikTok, on Facebook, WhatsApp. Okay, these people who have recruited someone to take care of their house, and you know Lebanese, they are picky. They like neat houses. They come back, the woman comes back from the job to find the girl did maybe half of the job, to ask her why this is not being done, why this is not being done, and then to discover that the lady is staying all time on the phone. And this is happening. And this is happening big time. What we reached is the same as Lebanese employed people in Lebanon. They go and work in banks. Or if you are working in a place, you are not allowed to use your phone. Is it because these Lebanese, they have no protections? No. It is a contract. Take it or leave it. You don't have the phone during your job until you finish your job on a certain time, and from that time on, the phone is yours. Where is the big deal in this? When you are not keeping the devil in your hand all day to sit and chat and lose the job, you have bad contact with the sponsor from that time on, because I'm expecting and I'm getting nothing from this because of the Wi-Fi, all time on the phone. We are with the phone to be with the girls' phones, to be having a certain time where they are having their phones with Wi-Fi. This is a must on the families. But in the same time, Nelson, if we want just to give slogans, okay, let it stay 24 hours. How can you help me about the girls take the job serious?
I think I'm gonna address these three issues very, very quickly. Number one, do domestic workers, Meshvim, you're here, did you get a day off, or do you get a day off working in Lebanon?
In the law of Lebanon, it is mentioned that you have 1 day off. If you go if you go practically, it is not very well known that that on this day, the door will be opened, the lady would leave the house, and then she will go sleep for a 1 night out, and then she comes back. I will tell you why. Because what's happening in Lebanon, it should be a chain. You cannot ask for the day off, and I cannot protect the lady who's going out of what's happening outside. Mary, as a person of 8 years in Lebanon, now she can smell who's the good taxi and who's the bad one. She can smell who's the bad person who's telling her, come, we need to see you to meet you, and who's trying to take her I don't know where. She is already having knowledge about the country enough for her to move or no, and she decides. But once you are getting someone from Nairobi, my friend, she gets in the airplane, she reaches Lebanon, you want the law that the second Sunday she leaves the house. Mary, can you tell me, can she go out of the house as she arrives newly to Lebanon and sure that she will come back home and sure she can take care of herself?
let me comment about off. For me, about off days, I will say it is not easy for your bosses to give you off. As for me, I stayed for 4 years before I started being given off, because all the madam are always worried of going off.
So you're working seven days a week, no days off. And Mesh, let me also ask another question, which I want us to combine these together. Joseph is here. Those men, thank you very much. But those who are watching this Vote TV primetime show, things only happen at Vote TV primetime show. This is why this platform has grown exponentially and will continue, because we want to make a change, and we want to keep on. This actually, I call it grown men YouTube channel. This is not TikTok. This is not nonsense. What I bring here is mature content. Mesh, were you able to keep your passport? Who kept your passport?
My madam.
Joseph, is a domestic worker supposed to keep her passport? And if no, why?
By law, as she reaches Lebanon, the immigration at the airport gives the passport to the domestic helper. The sponsors go in the gentle way to tell her, give me the passport, I will hide it for you so that you will not lose it. Okay? The problem is not if you have a passport in your hand or no. This is not the issue. Let's suppose I have a domestic helper now, Binti, she's inside, and she was really going outside and she lost her passport. Do you know how much does it cost to recover this and to get a replacement? And for what issue does she need the passport while she can move in Lebanon while she has an Iqama like Mary? She has a small card. She can move all around Lebanon, because this is what is needed, not the passport. The passport is the travel document when you want to go back home. And when Mary told her sponsor, I want to go back home, the passport now is with her in Kenya. So what's the idea of holding my passport will give you what? If it is lost, are you the one to pay the fees of having a new one? Why don't you put the responsibility on the family who is shouldering your salaries, your insurance, your medical situation, and plus the passport? Okay, if it is, this will make you a happy person to have the passport, okay, take it. So what's next? What did you achieve? What is the win situation if you have a passport in your pocket, Nelson? While if you are traveling back to your country, you can take it from any place in your company or your sponsor. They will tell you it's your passport, go back home.
So for example, like I can tell you, like, you know, in my case, having like, it's interesting, people who don't even know my background, people don't, people that just don't forget, I haven't lived in Kenya. I left Kenya back in 1996. I graduated high school and moved out of the country, went to Germany, and now in America. Now what I do is, of course, I don't carry my passport in my pocket all the time. I don't do that again because of the fact that you don't want the passport to be lost. I have it somewhere in my house. It's locked. It's in a safe place in my files. I just have my small, beautiful ID in my wallet case. That's how it goes. But what I'm saying is, also I think like what these people should do, even for the domestic workers now. Once you reach the country, you check in there, you check at the immigration, they give you a passport. These people, they don't move out of the house, or if they do, they have, like you say, Mesh, you have your Iqama, and you could walk around with your Iqama. You don't need the passport when you're outside because you got the Iqama. Same thing like also being in America, I don't need the passport to be walking around. I got my driving license and I got my ID. So I think what should be fair is that let the Kadama keep her passport, put it in a
the worker.
Wait, let me comment about the passport.
Sorry.
Let me comment about the passport. As for me, I will go with Mr. Saliba. Kenyans, please let the madam stay with your passport. As for me, as I know these Arabs, Saliba, don't quote me bad.
Okay.
You will keep your passport with you. But you don't know these people. Majority of Arabs, they go to check our bags. I don't know what they always look inside our bags. And they will steal your passport and later blame you. Why don't you let her stay with your passport? So that when you're going home, let her give you your passport. Because when you stay with your passport, their mind always think how you're going to run away. Let her stay with the passport. And then when you're going home, go with it. Kenyans, leave alone. Lebanese can't do anything. Let them stay with their passport until the day you will go home. Because you will keep the passport with you and they are going to steal from you and to blame you later.
Now, okay. Also, just excuse me for 1 minute. Also, always when we are talking, we don't want to say as if it is something that goes on all. We say some cases it happens. Yes, I agree. Second, the passport is not enough for you to leave the country. So if you don't have the original Iqama plus the passport, you cannot leave the country. If now I will have any person working with me, if I will give the passport, she will go to the airport, it's not enough. You need to show that you have paid all the fees for the country, for the Iqama, residency and Iqama, it should be done. So it is not enough. So why to have it with you? No, as Mary is saying, give to your sponsor. If there is a problem or love in both cases, this sponsor would have to go to the immigration to deliver the passport or to give to the person himself to travel. So having your passport is not enough for you to go to the airport with a taxi and go on the airplane. It's not enough.
Now, there's something also I want us to bring us back, because now that's a good thing of having technology, and we are here also to educate and teach people. Mr. Saliba, you mentioned the Ministry of Labor, and actually I have the website which is open. They have a platform where you can see. Let me bring it up.
There is one called Pauline saying Saliba the best agency. Who is this person? I love her.
Listen, listen. At least not everyone.
I swear I don't know her. I swear I don't know her.
I see your
Mary. Don't believe her.
Joseph has just become 7 years younger by just that one comment. Let me tell you guys, by the way, thank you very much by now, everyone who's watching and appreciating this show, saying this show is awesome. Thank you guys. Now let's go back to the website. This is the Ministry of Labor website in Lebanon. Where do they publish the blacklisted agencies? Do you know exactly where that is?
To be honest, first of all, I don't know if you went into English.
Yeah, I'm in English now.
Okay, there should be. If you want tomorrow, what I will do is there is the person who's in charge. Huh?
Send me the link. Yeah. You can just send me the link tomorrow.
There is something called here. It's list of agencies. Inside it, you have the blacklisted. I will send you the link tomorrow.
The good thing, one thing I like about now I'm on the Ministry of Labor website in Lebanon, and guys, I always keep on telling guys, read, okay, because there's power in education and there's power when you read. These websites, I've been. This is the first time I just went there, and I can see they have actually a domestic workers guide book right here
in all languages. In all languages. PDF,
right here.
You can download.
Sri Lanka, English. You see right here, English, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Philippines, Nepal, Madagascar, French. All this is right here.
Yes.
So even because again, remember, as we are having these broadcasts, Mr. Saliba and the Mesh, there are thousands of Kenyans who will follow us. They will come to my platform and they will start asking a lot of questions. I just want to make sure. I've always said, I love transparency. Give you a simple example mentioned in Joseph. There's a lady who's going to call me and tell me, Nelson, I'm here with 3 kids. I'm a single mother. I'm living in a thatch house. I need a job. I saw you talk about Lebanon. What should I do? I'm going to get thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of messages after this broadcast. But there's one thing I want to say as we wind up. Number one, thank you very much, Mr. Saliba. We've known each other. We've known each other now for about 6-7 months. You've actually invited me to Lebanon today.
And you promised me that you will come.
I'm coming. Okay. Today was yet another highlight. You helped me rescue the 7th victim in Lebanon. What you've done with Irene Wasika is something I have to appreciate and be grateful about. Number 2, let me also thank you for coming here. Because when you come here and you speak, that means I ain't got nothing to hide. I'm just gonna go over there and you say, my brother, I'm ready to speak. Because trust you me, 90% of cases that I deal with are from Saudi Arabia. None of these agencies want to come and face me and have a conversation like they don't want to do it. For whichever reasons, I don't know. But God knows why. Mesh, you're in Kenya. I want us to have another, we will organize and plan another broadcast where we will also just talk about Lebanon. And then we can answer all these questions and we can guide people so that all I want is that if someone leaves the country, wherever you're going, you have safety and you have a reliable office that will take care of you in case you happen to land in the hands of the wrong family. Guys, to all the viewers, thank you for tuning in here at Vote TV. You guys are amazing. I appreciate you. Don't forget, every day 9:30 p.m. Kenyan time, we're here. But also broadcasting 7 times a day from 7 a.m. until now. Vote TV has grown to be a network, and effective on the 15th of October, we will be live streaming 24 hours.
Well, all the best, my friend. You deserve all the best.
Joseph, I wish when I started this platform, I could have called it the Voices of Sandwiches and French Fries and Sausages.
Again.
Maybe it's a good idea, but for now, let me serve humanity. One thing I want to say about Joseph before we end this broadcast. The first time I spoke to you, I had a case. Do you know what this guy told me, Mesh? I called him, we had a video call. And I remember he was having dinner with his family. And he turned the camera and he showed me his kids. And he told me, do you think I would like to see a mother who has a family like me suffer? I will never forget that. Up to now, 7 victims you have helped me rescue. We have too much that we're going to keep on discussing about. To all the viewers, God bless you, God prosper you. Mesh, if you have any people going to be coming to you with questions about Lebanon. And also, I know there are agencies who are sitting here just watching, both legal and illegal. That's the truth. But this man has clarified everything we've seen here. We've gone to the website, looking at the guide of the Ministry of Labor. This is as part of the book. And we will do another segment of Lebanon. Now I'm going to give you the closing statements from, let me start with Mesh. Mesh, give us the closing statements from today's show and what you'd like to tell the viewers.
Okay, I would like to tell the viewers who are in Lebanon, keep the problems coming, keep them coming, but real ones. As for me, I deal with real problems because I can know the girl who is a joker and who is serious. I know to deal with those things. So Saliba, I need your number because I'm going to give you serious cases. And as for me, I will say, for me, Lebanon is the best for me because it is a free country. Yeah, it is a free country. And I have seen many girls who are in the madam house, and we used to go trips and we meet with the madams. So not all madams are bad, I understand, not all, but for the newcomers, please, for the newcomers, You should know what you want in your life. Because here outside, there in Lebanon, I know some agents, they don't spare anyone. Saliba, you should check on that. We know we have small girls who are coming to Lebanon. They need to be pampered, not to be beaten, because they're beating the girls. Saliba, Mr. Saliba, check on that, please. It is not fair to be beaten. Let them be advised than being beaten. And to you, who you want to go to Lebanon, make your own research, sit down, ask yourself, will I go to Lebanon with this situation? Because depending with the situation in Lebanon, any ex-girl from Saudi, from Qatar, from Dubai, please don't go to Lebanon. Let the newcomers go there. For the ex-girl, no. Because the salary is going to disappoint you. Yes, I will just say that. If you know you're an ex and you have worked in Saudi or Qatar, and you know the salary for there with Lebanon, it is going to disappoint you. So you better go to another country. Let the newcomers come to Lebanon. That's all for today.
Joseph, closing statement. I've actually, there was another comment that I put up for you there. It's many, but you saw it. I saw you smiling.
I'm feeling flattered. My friend, again and again, first of all, thank you for Verbra and Mary. It was nice talking to you. And really, I would like to meet you when you come to Lebanon. I hope you will get in contact with Nelson. He will give you my phone number, and I would be glad to meet you. 1, 2. I would like to say that to all Kenyans who are watching us, and to all agents who are in Kenya and agents who are in Lebanon, because so many of Thoral and outside Thoral now, they are watching us. We are all partners. We need all to protect each other so that the system works on. Nothing is right for any party and nothing is wrong for the other. It happens for each party, the good and the right, but we need to move forward to make things the best. And this is our job as Thoral concerning domestic helpers recruiting from many countries, and one of them is the lovely Kenya that we like. For the girls who are coming to Lebanon, as Mary said, sit with yourself and decide, because coming here the process would cost too much money. You are not paying $1 single out of it. So all we are asking you is be sure that you are coming to work and leave all the other details on us. If you have any serious problem, you ask for the solution. Then you will find that the agency is with you against his Lebanese people. Why? Because he would know that the target or the aim of this lady is the work, but yes, there are circumstances which she is not okay with. Let me change. But once you find a solution and a second and a third, and everything is the same with this lady, then the clash happens. I am advising the Kenyans to come to Lebanon because it's my country, because we know it's going to stand up again. And we know that we are here with the good agencies to recruit good people coming from Kenya who are coming to work. And we have so many success stories. In my house, dear Nelson, I wake up on the Nescafe of Binti, the name of the lady who works with us in the house. She's part of our family. So I'm not telling poems. When you go with a family, you are a member. This is why I come back to Irene to tell you. The family was disappointed because after 1 year and 4 months, they did not understand how come it came that there is a story out of it. But I understand that they are also guilty. They did not check even on a bet. So I was not with them 100%. And
that's actually, I can tell you the only reason, that's the one thing I pointed out to you. I said, I don't understand why she has a small mattress on the floor. That is exactly what made me.
This is why I blame them, and I can say, okay, it's time for her to go back home, and we did all the needed, and now she's going back home. Finally, Thoral is asking you, Nelson, because you are filtering the cases from your side, and they are not in contact with us. I am asking you to filter what is needed to be filtered, and to continue the job that we are doing to help who needs help and to advise who needs an advice. And here the matured Kenyans would play the good role, like the Kenyan counselor here. He used to advise too much, but they came to hit even their counselor that he is not with them. No, he was talking the logic. And the time he finds any Lebanese was not good, he would cut his neck. But sometimes the girls also come with a single idea and say, if you are not helping me for any reason that I give you, then you are against me. This is not also right. The future in Lebanon is coming into positive levels. I hope, like we, the Lebanese, rely on our people, as you mentioned, who are living outside Lebanon.
Outside Lebanon.
Four times what we count in Lebanon. Kenya is a big country. If Kenya want to live on the Kenyan sources, it will never grow up. When you travel, you bring the new ideas, you bring the new cultures, you bring the dollars to your country. This is what we need to our country. This is what you need to your country. But we need to do it in a good system, protected, sheltered, and have people who will take responsibilities. And Sorrel is always here. Now with Joseph Saliba, later on with others, there is a system. It will continue to be like this as long as we are doing this as a living for our families and for the people who are coming here.
Good. Man, that is exactly, that's what we call grown folks television right here at Vote TV. Again, Mr. Joseph Saliba, who is the president of...
A minute.
Yes, Mary.
Mr. Saliba, I want you to favor something.
Yeah, tell me.
I know we have two groups of Kenyans in Lebanon. Kenyans outside and Kenyans inside Madam house.
Yes.
So if we hear a complaint from a Kenyan inside Madam house, don't categorize her with the ladies outside.
No, never.
Yeah.
Never.
That actually, I want. Let me tell you guys actually what I want to say, what I want to do, because you cannot cover everything in one segment. Then in the next segment, we will focus on exactly what you spoke about. Kenyans who are outside, and we'll talk about Kenyans who are inside. And the second issue that we'll talk about, Mr. Saliba, will also go back to the issue of the Kenyan consulate. That's something that I want us to air out, discuss about, iron out.
We can also, if you want, also we can invite the vice consular. He's a very nice person, Mr. Qasim.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yes.
He's a very, let me talk about Qasim. Some appreciates what he works, and some does not. Maybe Mary would be, I don't know from which party, but I know with the cooperation with him, how many cases we talk daily about helping girls. If I want to forward for you, Vice, what comes from my side to you, I would put your social media all day also by things we try to solve in the good way daily, and no one knows about it. No, Qasim also deserves that he be here because he has also so many things to tell us. The story, to be nice to hear, you should hear all the story. Half of it is not enough. So we have partners here. We should combine all together to reach this circle. That this circle is protected and all parties are doing their job. Then it will be a success story.
Okay, good. So we are going to have so please talk to Mr. Qasim. We can have a three-way, and then we're going to have the vice chancellor of right there in Beirut in Lebanon, and that's going to be definitely a very, very, very interesting conversation today. I can say, Joseph, we made history. Mesh, you are my witness. Nothing of this nature has ever been done on any platform in Kenya. That's why I always keep on saying, only at Vote TV. Thank you very much. I can see actually, Joseph, the moment you just mentioned Qasim, I can see the comments have actually tripled. He is ready. Christine Atino saying Qasim all the way. I'll look at the comments later. We have thousands of comments.
He has the right, and he has the right to come and give his point of view here, and then people would believe or no. So this is the way we should work.
Okay, let's end the show on a high note. The comment from Mary Chuchu. Read that, please. Can you read that, Joseph?
Where is it?
It's on the screen.
I want Mary to give me his number.
Okay. Thank you very much. Folks,
I'm famous
have a
now.
good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mary.
Don't forget to tune in. Don't forget to subscribe on Vote
I'm
TV
waiting for you when you come Lebanon, huh? Don't forget.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Yalla, see you soon. Thank you, Nelson.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yalla. Okay,
thank
have
you.
a nice one.
And people to subscribe to my channel. It is about Lebanon too.
We'll actually promote that once we come here next time. I'll have all the information, then we can take it from there, Mesh.
Bye-bye.
All right, cool.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye. Good night.